A good rainy morning to you, and welcome to another hike. We are back on the Appalachian Trail, just north of the section we did last time. So I dropped my car off at a road crossing on Route 23 up in Massachusetts, and then caught a shuttle back down to the trailhead on Route 41 in Salisbury, where we ended the previous hike. And we're going to hike north back to the car. 3 nights to get there. So, but the last day is very short, only a couple of miles out to the car if all goes according to plan. So it is quite dim out, but it's not actually raining at the moment, which means I'm doing better than what the forecast called for. Temperature is in the mid 50s, so not too bad. Let's see. So we got dropped off about 9 o'clock, a little after 9, at the Route 41 trailhead. And we have a pretty short day today and tomorrow, so time really isn't much of an issue. Well, maybe we're going to get some rain after all. I don't know. Anyway, first real feature on the trail ahead of us is Lion's Head, where in good weather there would be a view, but probably not much to see today. But I'll show you what we see anyway. So it's about 10:30 and we are at Lion's Head, from which you can see absolutely nothing, as expected. So that was a vigorous little climb up to here. Got me sweating despite the fact that the temperature is only about 50. So a good workout to start the trip. It's now 7/10 of a mile onto Riga Shelter. Not much reason to dawdle here, so we'll start going there. So we arrived here at the Riga Shelter and Campsites side trail at, maybe 5 of 11, and it's now about 11:45. So we've been in and taken the grand tour and filmed enough, I hope, to make a video just about what I found in there. And so we need to continue on. It's 6/10 of a mile to the Ball Brook Group campsite. So we arrived at the Ball Brook Group camping area access trail at about noon, and I've been in and took my quick tour, and it's about 1/4 now. So now once again it's 6/10 of a mile on to the Brassy Brook shelter and camping area, I'm sure. So on we go. It's just about 1 o'clock, and we have now completed our tour of the Brassy Brook camping area and are going to continue to walk north. Next destination is, it's called Riga Junction, and it's the junction of the AT with the Undermountain Trail, which comes up from Route 41. And that's half a mile from here. So it's about 1:15 now, and we are at Riga Junction, the junction of the Appalachian Trail with the Undermountain Trail. and we are going to take a little detour. We're going to actually leave the Appalachian Trail and not go over the summit of Bear Mountain, from which we could see nothing anyway, and the descent down the north side of Bear is nasty in good weather. So instead we're going to go down Under Mountain Trail and then take Paradise Lane Trail to Sage's Ravine. I'll show you this on the map at some point. The second reason, in addition to avoiding the summit of Bear Mountain, to take this route is that allows us to visit another group campsite, Paradise Lane group camping area. So more fodder for video. So we have come, since leaving Route 41 at 9 o'clock this morning, then 4.7 miles, according to the sign. So not great time, but we're dawdling. The weather, by the way, is not supposed to improve if you've been waiting for the blue sky. And in fact, according to the forecast I saw before I left the house this morning, we're going to go back to a more steady rain later in the afternoon. So it'd be nice if we get to Sage's Ravine and get set up before that happens. Not a big deal, but it'd be nice. All right, Under Mountain Trail. So it's 1:35, and we have arrived at the place where the access trail for the Paradise Group area leaves the Under Mountain Trail. This is actually about 1/10 of a mile below where the Paradise Lane Trail leaves the Under Mountain Trail. So it's 3/10 of a mile in, and hopefully there's some way to get to the Paradise Lane Trail without having to backtrack to here. So as you're walking along the access trail, which is a very nice trail, and you can zoom along pretty quickly, you will eventually come to a place where hopefully you will see the signs indicating that you've arrived at, well, you're close to the group camping area. The other thing to note is that it kind of looks like a trail continues along straight ahead, but it doesn't. The blaze over here indicates a left turn, and I thought that whoever did the blazing had made a mistake because the campsite's over there, which would be a right turn. But the actual trail, the Blue Blaze Trail, takes more than 90-degree turn to go up this way, and presumably will re-access the Paradise Lane Trail. And there's a sign up there that says trail. Handy. But we're not going to go there right away. First, we're going to go down here. So it's about 2:15, and we have completed our tour of the Paradise Group camping area. And it is very nice. So now we need to continue on and hope that this Blue Blaze Trail will get us back up to the Paradise Lane Trail, which would also be blue blazed. So if there's not a sign, it'll be ambiguous, but I'm pretty sure where else is there for it to go. And then on to Sage's Ravine, where we plan to be spending the night. And about 5 minutes later, we in fact do rejoin the Paradise Lane Trail. I'm very confident, even though there isn't a sign. There is a sign that this is the side trail to the Paradise Group area. So I don't really know how far it is exactly. Back from where we left the Under Mountain Trail, it was 2.1 miles. Presumably we've come about 3/10. So 1.8 roughly to the end of the trail, and then it's another, well, I don't know, 1/10 to the actual campsite. So it's about 5 minutes after 3, and we have come to the end of the Paradise Lane Trail, and really kind of the entrance into Sage's Ravine. So we'll have a pretty dramatic drop here for a little bit down into the ravine itself, and then it's a ways down the trail before we get to the cutoff trail for the campsite. Not too far. And the weather hasn't improved, so, but I think that's just dripping more than fresh rain. So on we go. I'm ready to change into dry clothes before too long, I hope. So now it's 3:15, and we have arrived at the access trail to Sage's Ravine campsite. So we need to go in and see what we can find for a camping spot. There's a lot of them in there, so odds are pretty good. Let's go see. So after we did our filming tour of Sage's Ravine campsite, in the course of that we found the best site for us, which is site number 7, which has a tent platform and has 2 trees at either end of the platform that are 5.5 paces or so apart, so pretty perfectly set for hanging a hammock from, directly over the tent platform. So we found all this, and we started setting up at about 4 o'clock, and we got it took about half an hour to get the hammock and tarp set up, and then I went and got some water, and then I changed clothes, and I've got something new here on the ground, a piece of Tyvek that I bought from Dutch, and it's working out quite well here. I didn't really have a firm plan for it when I bought it, but it's keeping my my feet warm and clean and dry. So we're heating some water for some tea. We have kind of a minimalist cook kit with us this time. We don't have the Bush Buddy, since I knew it was going to be really too wet to use it, that I'd be under the tarp, and everything out, you know, the wood would all be wet. And I didn't bring the dry baking equipment, since I don't seem to be hungry enough to actually eat the results. It didn't seem to make much point. So one pot, and that's it. So after tea, we'll, you know, work our way slowly towards dinner. So today's dinner is chili mac. Again, Babelfish 5's recipe, which you've seen before, and we already know is quite tasty. Now I've steamed up the camera lens, so I'm going to go ahead and eat that. Be back eventually. So the chili mac was, of course, excellent, and I hope is doing a job to warm me up. I'm not actually cold. My feet are just a little bit cold, and my fingers are fine. Of course, I'm wearing all the clothes I've got, pretty much. Current temperature is about 47, which, you know, according to the forecast, is about as low as it's supposed to get. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. So I packed up everything food-related in the earth sack and put it in the bear box, and came back to the hammock. And now we're gonna relax and read our Kindle. What else is there to do? I did drop the tarp down out of porch mode because it is supposed to rain pretty much all night. I'm not sure how hard, but we don't expect any clearing trend until well into tomorrow, if then. So for someone who doesn't like, hiking and camping in cold, wet conditions, I seem to do a lot of it. All right, well, I think that's all for today. Although it occurs to me I never showed you the map, so I'll do that now through the magic of post-processing. We began our hike this morning at the trailhead on Route 41, just north of the town of Salisbury. We got dropped off there by a hiker shuttle, and we continued our way north on the Appalachian Trail. Our first destination was Lion's Head, from which we could see absolutely nothing. Continuing on, we came to Mount Riga Shelter, and then the Bald Brook group camping area. Continuing north, we visited the Brassy Brook Shelter and campsite, and then came to Riga Junction, where we picked up the Undermountain Trail and then the Paradise Lane Trail. We visited the Paradise Lane camping area, continued on the Paradise Lane Trail until we came back to the AT, and then descended down into Sage's Ravine and the campsite there, where we will be spending the night.